Continuing with the live coverage, Shravan and I will tell you exactly what has happened and what has been the sequence. If you're watching this broadcast this evening, remember it's only Republic which is putting for you the question on your mind this morning is what has happened and what will happen. It's very simple. What has happened and what will happen. First, I want to tell you there is a very, very, very big event happening afternoon today when the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, in the presence of the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath, they will be inaugurating a new BrahMos facility in Uttar Pradesh. So a new BrahMos facility is going to be inaugurated in Uttar Pradesh, and we'll be watching that very carefully to see what Rajnath Singh says and of course to see what Yogi Adityanath says. Very careful, people will be interested to hear Yogi's comments as well and Rajnath Singh's comments, of course. But there is a BrahMos element to what has happened. And Shravan will tell you exactly what the BrahMos element is to what has happened between the early morning of the 10th and now. Yes, please go ahead. Shravan.
We have finally used our BrahMos 10 kilometers.
Big news.
From
India has used its BrahMos.
GHQ.
India has used the BrahMos missile, which is a very important part.
Missile that has been used 10 kilometers from the GHQ in Rawalpindi, the headquarters of the Pakistani army. You've had the Pakistani Air Force base in Rawalpindi being attacked using our missile, the cruise missile of BrahMos. Now, importantly,
and there were key and lethal targets to the BrahMos missile out here.
We had basically targeted 4 air bases. Now that really scared the Pakistanis because
which were the air bases which we hit? I mean, I know I mentioned Chaklala, which was Rawalpindi this morning, and I don't know if it was Sargodha, the other one.
One was in Murid.
Okay.
The other was in Murid.
Which one? Shravan, you need to switch on your mic, I'm told. And while you do that, I think you need to switch on your mic. I just want to quickly tell all our viewers and bring our viewers up to date, ladies and gentlemen, with what has happened. Because on May 10th, the Indian Air Force, as Shravan was just telling you, has hit the BrahMos. Now, this is very big confirmation, Sanjeev Kapoor, that we used the BrahMos. And we used the BrahMos very, very effectively and very, very strong. Very strong application of the BrahMos happened yesterday, and that can be confirmed, ladies and gentlemen. Chaklala near Rawalpindi is where the BrahMos was used. Yes, please.
Well, in fact, not just in Rawalpindi, we are told that in Jacobad, in Bolari and in Skardu. So we are basically looking at finishing of Pakistan Air Force bases, particularly in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. In Sargodha 2, we are being told that there was a strike that took place. Now, the fact of the matter is this: the biggest confirmation coming in 10 kilometers away from the Pakistani Army's headquarters, the GHQ in Rawalpindi, we have fired our BrahMos missile. So much so, immediately thereafter, the Pakistanis were worried because what we picked up, they were fearing that we would target their nuclear command facilities, and that is the reason why.
So the other bit of breaking news is that we have picked up from intel and from messages and the key strategic communications
command and control
that Pakistan was worried that its nuclear control and command structure will be targeted next using the BrahMos, because seeing the effectiveness of the BrahMos, they were really worried about it, that the key command nuclear command facility of Pakistan would be the next target. Sure.
So that is the reason why they were worried, and that's when the US intervention actually comes into picture, because you've had around 3:35 the DGMO general guy actually getting that call. India had then by that time made it very clear that there is no scope of any talks actually taking place. Now, this is where the Pakistanis were worried, because we had only confirmed, if you remember, in the afternoon, we had only said that 4 air bases and 1 radar site. But it turned out a total of 11 locations. A total of 11 locations through the day. On 10th of May, we have struck at 11 locations. And that is the reason why they were extremely worried, because you have the entire Air Force base and the assets being completely compromised. By the end of the day, we were staring. The Pakistanis were basically staring at a position that perhaps, if at all they had to escalate, there was no way. Your airstrips were already destroyed. particularly along POK. So that is the reason why they were extremely nervous, worried, and you had to go back to the United States of America looking for some sort of a military activity pause.
So we must just take a pause here at this point of time and explain to our viewers the effectiveness of the BrahMos and the significance of putting the BrahMos into a combat situation for the first time. I want to get a response from Air Marshal Sanjeev Kapoor on that. We also got intercepted Pak communication, which makes it very clear that they were worried that their nuclear command structure would be hit next. So we were obviously taking it to the brink till yesterday morning, Sanjeev Kapoor. We were taking it to the brink. Can you unmute yourself, sir? Thank you. Sir.
Yesterday when we discussed the whole thing, the importance of Chaklala, which we discussed yesterday,
We did.
Cannot be overemphasized, because it is right next to the GHQ, it is right next to Islamabad, it is right next to Kahauta nuclear reactor.
Correct.
It is a place where their command and control structure is there.
Yes.
This is where their hub centers are there.
Yeah.
So when we have gone and hit right on the runway, and you showed the pictures yesterday on your program.
We did, sir,
where
we did.
you have taken out Rahim Yar Khan. You've shown the craters that have been created on the runway.
Yes,
when
sir.
we have taken out Sakar, when we have taken out Sargodha. So all these facilities which we struck yesterday are of strategic importance to them. So just 11 strikes, of which 6 were the major airfields, which we